Welcome, Scorpio, Sagittarius, to your New Year's forecast for 2026, the year of the fire horse. Okay, my friends, let's get in here and see what's going on. Remember that a fire horse will not start until February, the Chinese New Year, so we'll still be, ending up the year of the snake until February, right? But that's fine. Just want you guys to remember that you're still going strong with the snake until February. Okay, but let's see what's going on over here. It's making its way in. So right now you could say that as the snake is going out, that horse is rushing and pushing itself in. Right, so kind of like you cuspers yourself, right? If anyone understands that energy, the cusp does, right? Okay, my friends, let's see what's going on here. You are going with Scorpion energy this year. The overall energy of the year is on this Scorpion energy, a beautiful energy for yourself. This is the energy of intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. But I'm liking that because that's saying that there's going to be some, probably, yeah, more than likely, some strategy when it comes to the way you're secretively kind of moving around. And that doesn't mean it's on a negative. That just means I'm keeping to myself so that I can get shit done. And this is good, though, because it says you're going to be able to resolve things, getting things done. I like that. It kind of reminds me of Scorpio's reading in its own way. In some ways, they're going through the new era. So you can also look at that, too, for those of you who are Scorpio, okay, or resonate more with that Scorpion energy. Okay, so I love it, though. It's going to bring in this intenseness. Now, the horse in itself, the fire horse, is, a magnetically charming energy in its own rights, and right from its freedoms to its momentum and the way that it moves. The fire is going to heighten its passion, bringing in that truth, okay? But it also is going to move fast. It's emotionally charged energy, especially for personal relationships. So it's going to work really big on personal relationships this year for everyone on the globe, obviously. But it's definitely, when it comes together as one, it's going to really create and push these relationships to this place of it cannot be stagnant. Does that make sense? There's freedom, there's love, right? But it's saying it cannot remain stagnant. Either this relationship is going to catch fire and be passionate and rapidly deepen on an emotional basis, or it's going to rapidly fall apart. There is no in between. It's either one or the other, right? It's either going to deepen rapidly or it's going to completely fall apart, right? There's no in between. Okay. So, and that's what it's saying. That's how it moves. Okay. This kind of communication that's going to take place with honesty, a lot of honest details. That's why I'm saying there's probably going to be a lot of secretive moments for you guys. That's just the way it is. Yes, the 12th house is going to be a big house for you on things that are overwhelming you. This area of your life that is overwhelming you, you yield to the greater cause of power. So you're really looking at that 12th house this year, really getting through these places that you want to avoid and places that you need to fix. So I do feel like there's going to be a huge resolution in certain areas of your life, my friends, but then there's also going to be places that are still going to overwhelm you. Sounds like a normal daily basis now, right? But it's different. It's because it's emotionally charged. It's emotionally charged differently than the norm. So where you would say, this I'm used to dealing with is like whatever. But now all of a sudden, because of this chaos and this horse and the way that things are moving rapidly, you're saying, why is this frustrating the shit out of me? This never frustrated me, but now this is frustrating me. You see what I'm saying? Different. Bringing in different impulsive behaviors, right? It could even be that person, sometimes, it's like they're snoring, and then you know how that one time, you're just like, oh my God, you sound like a train, just freaking stop. It's kind of like that, right? And then you're going to have any other energy coming through the 12th house. I try to grab 3, guys. Taurus, again, it's going to say Taurus. It said Taurus last time, and I was like, but is it really Taurus? Yes, I guess it is Taurus. Well, it's your sister sign. For those of you who are Scorpio, you're Scorpio Sagittarius, so you have obviously two sister signs, now don't you? Um, okay, so you have that Gemini and that Taurus going through that are going to help you navigate through certain things. That's why I said that the truth is going to be a good thing for you with that Gemini energy. But it's showing that there will be productive times, very relaxed and slow. So things are going to feel like they're moving very slow. You can feel like there's going to be times where you can be relaxed. It also shows that there's going to be times within the year where you're going to feel like I just need time to think, boost my energy, maybe get out, get physical, touch the earth, get out there, get in, maybe I want to go hiking or go to the park. I just need to be in nature. So for some of you, you're going to find that when you are overwhelmed, being in nature is going to be like your best friend at this time. Okay, get out there, go fishing. I know a lot of Scorpio men love fishing, hiking, right? Women do too, though. I know a lot of Scorpions that just love nature. So it's not something new. And let's get in here. So that's your overall energy for the year. That's basically just going to kind of take over. Now let's get in here and see what Spirit has to say. My throat's a little messed up. It's getting ready to rain. Sorry about that, guys. Best message for Scorpio Sagittarius, please. Rushing, there's that impulsive energy. We were just talking about that. I mean, did I or did I not just say avoid impulsive areas within your life? This one's going to be impulsive love situations. Coming in overly impulsive. You might even have a person who might be coming in at you a little overly impulsive. It could be an Aries or a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Could even be a Capricorn. But I do see that there's going to be a lot of celebration within this situation, but I also see that you have this kind of ambitious game. There's an ambitious game changer as well. Wow, I'm feeling 2 or 3 different things off of just these 2 cards. There's something at home that's very good. For some of you might be moving, and it's on an impulsive move. But I think you will be a little secretive about it, because then somebody could say, oh my God, how come you didn't tell me that you moved? You'd be like, because I didn't want to. I didn't think about it. Depending on who you are. It's either I didn't think about it or I just didn't want to. I do feel like there's going to be some home changing, some home decorations, changing. There's a lot of change that's right here. Impulsive changes. And it's funny because this card is air, but I feel like it's almost just as fast as that fire horse coming in, right? So I do feel like this is it's kind of crazy though, because I kind of feel like this is and we're talking right here in January, March, through March as we're kind of coming through. Right here, guys, I really feel this is January energy, like, just before that snake year or as the snake is going out, and the fire horse is coming in. I feel like this is January where you're just kind of, Christmas is over, I'm kind of redecorating, moving things around. Might be moving house, moving forward, going somewhere else, relocating, job, career, home, family. But I do feel it's in January to maybe the beginning of February. For the majority of you, there will be a boost of strategic planning going on within this situation, because that Knight of Swords is super fast. Super fast. That's why I'm saying I didn't tell you I moved, because I didn't think about it. I'm fast. I'm moving. And there's a lot of overthinking that's going on at this time as you're doing things. For those of you who are ADHD, you're on a move. I'll tell you right now. I just have to say that. I mean, like, you guys are moving so fast. And I feel like you're kind of keeping it to yourself. I also feel like there could be a little OCD going on within this situation as well. I feel like ADHD, OCD in this. I don't know why. It's kind of like I can feel like if you guys are OCD, it's just going to be like, and everything will be perfect because of this Virgo card. Virgos are perfectionists. So it does feel, and maybe that's your partner. Maybe they're being like super perfectionist, like to like, and everything must be spot clean. Because I am I am seeing and I don't know, I'm finding myself wanting to clean everything, like, and everything will be spotless. So maybe some of you have OCD. It's very interesting. See what else is going on over here, guys. Let's get out some money over here. But yeah, I do see you guys in winter over here. That's January through March. And I do feel like there's going to be all of these different things going on where you're just keeping yourself really busy. Just make sure that you are balancing yourself out, okay? Instead of just let everything, overdrive you. I do feel like, if you continue to go too fast, you're just going to burn yourself out. Okay, let's see. Precarious. You're experienced many financial highs and lows. Your money is flowing in quickly, only to leave you just as fast. There are fast changes regarding money or unexpected turn in your finances, and that could be definitely what you're doing here as well. As money is coming in, you're like, doing this and doing that, and you might even, if you're moving, you could have just saved a bunch of money and then you're moving, and then there it goes, right? It's first month's rent right out the door, right? And second or whatever, right? And so it is important to make sure that you are balancing this drive and make sure that you are resting and make sure that you are watching the money that you are spending though as well, because it does feel like things are just taking off so quick, and we have taking off quick again where we have the Knight of Swords. So I just feel like in wintertime you guys are just moving at such a fast pace that it's almost like it could make your head spin if you're not careful, right? Because it just feels like everything's moving in fast. Communication, this, that. And I can understand also why you would want to take on a little bit of hermit energy. Make sure that you are using that hermit energy for that rest, that relaxation, and to be able to calm yourself down enough to be able to catch breath, right? Because like I said, I do feel like some of you are going to burn yourself out by the time spring. It's not even spring yet. You guys are already, taking care of half of the year's resolution and half of the year's stuff in 3 months, right? And some of you, not even 3 months. I mean, that was literally within just January to the beginning of February. You've done more than most. Half the signs haven't even gotten off the couch yet. They're just like going to work, coming home with the couch. And you're just like, I'm running around. I'm building a world. I mean, you guys talk about moving and shaking. You guys hanging out with Sag Cap over here, moving and shaking all over the place. But no, seriously, you guys, I don't think I've seen you move this fast in a while. There's something very inspiring, very motivational that's going on within this situation. You want what you want and you're getting there. Or it just has to be done, even if you don't want it. Because some of you can say, wait, no, I was evicted. I had to do this, right? So however it is, but I do feel that there is a positive on the end of this though. Even if you're evicted, I just want you to know, even if you're evicted, it looks like a negative, but I'm going to tell you, wherever you're moving, whatever you're doing, there's an inspiring piece that's coming out of that situation as this ultimate change and transformation is coming through. And it doesn't matter. I know some of you are going to be like, no, because I had to move back to mom's house. That is not inspiring. No, actually it is, because that means you can save more money, relocate your steps, and be able to put yourself back into the ball game in a different perspective. Guys, don't see everything in life as a negative. See it as universe kind of sidestepping certain situations and then pushing you where you need to be so that way you can grow and become a better force and become bigger and better than what you were before. You'd be surprised, right? You'd be surprised on sometimes I watch people, down and out, end up at mom and dad's house, and the next thing you know, they're making $60,000 a year when they just got out of some, like, I only work part time. How did I get the $60,000 job a year? And yes, it's a lot for a 21-year-old kid. Okay. They don't know that kind of money. You have the ability to inspire others to unlock their true potential. Explore careers in teaching, coaching, mentoring, and motivational speech. That's crazy because this is exactly what Scorpio got too. So you guys are literally going off of this Scorpion energy. You've learned so much about money. Now it's time to put it into practice. What did I just say? It's about teaching, growing, learning. There's something going on for a lot of you where it just feels like this is going to inspire you. And it's pushing you to the next level. It's literally angelic help. So during this, this winter, you're going to find all of this angelic help, even if you don't see it as that. That is definitely what it is. Look at that. You even have the star card at the bottom of the deck, which is angelically guided, being watched, being helped, being healed. Any kind of smallest misunderstandings that will resolve through honest dialogue as well. We can see that as well. Because there's something very honest about the star that brings in healing. So there could also be some kind of communication that's needed to be able to heal certain situations. Where you'll be able to get rid of any kind of toxic energies around you. It's kind of like, for some of you, it's just definitely starting from ground zero. We don't have a fool, but that's okay. We don't always need the fool. We don't always need a card to have that understanding of what that means. What that new beginning is. What that, Okay. Your money is looking good. It just looks like it's having a turnaround. Like I said, watch your money. Yep, resources. Be grateful for what you have and save something for the future. Use wisely as needed. And that's exactly what we're talking about. What you have, be careful with what, make sure you're using it for the better good at this time. Okay? So, yeah, you definitely want to have that balance. It's really, winter is about a lot of balance. Okay, guys. So that's winter. We're going to go spring and summer over here. Spring through summer, this is going to be April through September as the best messages. So I want to see what kind of energy you're going to bring out on this one. Spring through summer, please. Best messages. Gemini, the energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative. Stimulating exchange is possible. So really taking on a lot of communication. And Aries energy, the energy around you, dynamic, spontaneous, crusading, impulsive. A lot of impulsive action going on right now during this year. So you might find that you do have a lot of communication. You do have the Gemini, beautiful Gemini communication card over here as the Queen of Swords. It's saying this is where that is happening. It's going to be through the communication of your loved ones and your committed areas of your life, through your routines, professional, getting recognized. And just be careful of overcommitting with the Hierophant, because I just kind of feel like if you're overcommitting something, it could backfire. So don't overcommit yourself to something that you know because you really don't want to do, because that's definitely going to backfire. And that's a big thing. Okay, whether it's a relationship or some kind of job or side hustle or whatever you're doing, because it is saying that that will backfire. Okay. And it does feel that is during the springtime. During the summer over here, we do have the delays and the emotional immaturity of someone around you. They're going to show there's some kind of disappointment, but you are definitely going to feel like the solitude of this connection is going to have some kind of turnaround. Remember what it said before, though, the year of the horse. It's either going to deepen the relationship or it's going to completely destroy it. And this one right here is kind of interesting because it's saying the relationship is kind of deepening with the kind of sincerity through these conversations and little maybe steady gestures that are going on. It's almost like you're trying to avoid the Tower over here. See, because it's saying he's trying to offer you something, but you're saying, I don't know, but let's have a conversation about the situation. And that is definitely in the summertime where it's kind of like, you're not sure if you're in it to win it with this person just yet. It feels like you're kind of overexerted with their energy. So it feels like you are kind of backing away, but trying to keep it from tumbling altogether. But like I said, that fire horse wants it to end. It's either going to deepen, even though you're saying, I'm trying to deepen it, but I'm just not sure how much I want of the situation. Right? Hangman. Right? So there is a delay. You're standing still. You're resistant to 100% make that decision, whether or not, but you're saying, I'm going to hold off. It could be a friendship, family member, job. Okay. It's not saying exactly what it is. But we are going to look at a little bit of money now. Straight to money. Taking a couple cards for money, please. Through, we got September, excuse me, we have spring. It says offering. All your needs will be met by the universe. Think about settling up money altar to enhance your financial flow. Call in your spirit guides and angels for assistance during this time. There could be some gossip in the workplace because we're at work. There's some buzz about what you're doing right now. Minimize your drama and take personal responsibility to act with integrity. You could feel like you're taking some kind of setback right now, still trying to get your money issues to go faster, better. I do feel, though, that you're taking on some leadership skills over here, but your setbacks are telling you that you're not ready to enter that next phase within that certain situation. But I do feel like there is some kind of, for those of you who are in school, I feel like there's some kind of educational, maybe, I don't know, it's like an academic discipline. Like if you keep your expectations high on this situation, you keep going after what you want, it's coming right to you. You're going to see this sudden financial and prosperity gain just out of nowhere. Those are for you in school who are looking for a job or just exited school. You've been putting out your resume, looking for this job, and all of a sudden it just boom. Now maybe that's where that September is coming through. I don't know. I don't know why I said September, but it doesn't matter. It could have just been a mistake. But now, I don't know. I keep saying September anyways. Maybe somebody knows something about September. You're supposed to be doing something in September. Now, all of a sudden, you don't want to be silent. What? Okay, so summer comes, and all of a sudden, you're not going to be silent anymore. You're not happy with where you are. You're unhappy with your income, but afraid to make the changes. But now you're not going to sit in silence anymore. Because remember, the Scorpio says, I was secretive. I was keeping a lot of silence. But now it seems because maybe the drama and the gossip and all the shit that's going on, you're going to actually open your voice. You actually are not going to take, let's put it this way. If you do lose your job to this situation, you're not going to see it as a loss. And I really don't think that you are going to see it as a loss. Because the loss card is in reverse. And for some reason, I want to keep it there because it feels like you fire me, that's okay because I don't feel like it was a fucking loss anyways. Because these people, you know, these people have issues, right? They're just gossiping. You're not giving it to, it feels like it's unjustified. If you're being fired because of somebody else's bullying and bullshit, you're going to feel like, fuck it, whatever. Because it's unjustified. It wasn't balanced anyways. Because they're actually the ones that should be getting fired, not you. You're the one being bullied. Just because what? You didn't keep your silence anymore? Just because you decided to open up your mouth and say something? So that's what I'm seeing. But I do have the money manager card over here. So this card may indicate a gate, a giant leap forward in your career and finances. So if you do lose your job, it's not a loss. If anything, you're going to find a job that actually pays better. Okay. Wow, that's a major shift. That's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, definitely that loss becomes your money. For others of you who are not going to do any of the above, I do feel like, right, it says look for unique approaches to create new streams of income. So I do feel like some of you have side hustles, getting ready to reinvest wisely, I don't know, it just feels like your finances are just going to be kind of multiplying. You might get a raise. Getting some great ideas. For those of you who own your own business, there's going to be a lot of creativity and a lot of new business coming through your doors. I see a lot of new clientele. If you have any idea in mind, this is giving you the green light that there is a need for it. Yeah, I just feel like your clientele business is really going up. Okay. For those of you who own your own business, and there's that investment as well, where I see the investment over here. Okay, so very nice, guys, very nice. And for the end of the year, during that fall, coming back around to the new year, best messages coming out. Overall energy for that is going to be the 6th house, work, health, and duty of your life. It's fine. With Sagittarius energy, the energy imbues power, superior confidence, and enthusiasm with faith, good fortune, and authority. There now, here comes that Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp. There you are. Wow. Okay, going straight also to the 11th house, seeing some what? Wow. Some wishes, some friends, some luck, some social occasions, going straight into that 11th house of, hey, this is where good luck is coming in and good fortune. This has a more playful energy towards this time of the year. I just feel like there's many breakthroughs. There's going to be possibilities in all kinds of areas within your life. You have the 6th house over here about the duties of your work. You're getting to the gym, doing those creative projects, you know, getting ready maybe to start planting a winter garden, you know, getting that winter squash out, however it is. There's going to be a lot of strategical planning going on. It looks like you're holding tight to your money. There's a lot of good things over here. Not feeling burned out or exhausted at this time. Wellness is improving, like that. You know, it's you know, feeling rested. Healthy routines. I love it. Get going with the Chariot, right? This is where you have support and health and growth, and you have this Sagittarius energy that's coming through, which is, you know, that Jupiterian energy. So I love it. So it's like Jupiter is helping you out through this situation, really bringing in that wishful good luck and good fortune, right? So like that. Ooh, what do we got here? More health, healthy choices. When it comes to love and relationship, I do see there's reflection and refinement. It looks like you've not let for the majority of you, you know, it looks like where you're putting your relationship is to a place of where it's kind of trapped. I'm sorry, it looks like it's kind of trapped inside of a bubble of I'm not going to let it go, but I'm not going to let it get, you know, I've deepened it to a point to where I'm going to deepen it, but I'm not going to let it go. So I do feel like the majority of you are keeping this person kind of at bay as you're just kind of working. It's a work in progress. Okay. Because you're just keeping those emotions alive. Okay. I'm sure for a lot of you, you said, no, I let that fucker go. Okay. I'm not dealing with this shit. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm just reading from where I'm reading. You're going to know what that situation is when that time comes. Okay, whether or not you're going to deal with it or try to improve it. For now, it's talking about improving this situation. It could be with a Pisces and trying to keep this love going as strong as possible. Finalizing deals, setting practical goals. Yeah, for your 9 of Cups. Yeah, just, you know, really getting things into closure. There's a lot of closure also that's coming around this as, you know, you're holding tight to certain situations. So I do like that. But I like the compassion and I like the energy and the emotions that you're giving out in this time of the year, because you're saying we're going to try to fix this. And I feel like if you guys are married, this is where your married life is going to become romantic, playful, energetic, you know, getting down and dirty and frisky. You know how it is. So I do see that, and you know, that's good, because that's going to deepen that relationship or keep it, yeah, absolutely, soulmate very soon. So, and then some of you are actually going to be running into this new soulmate that's coming towards you after you let go of some control issues, right? Saying, I'm not going to control all of these things. I'm just going to let things be bygones and let that energy go so I can let this new energy in. Okay? Wow, you guys got a lot of things going on within the year. Beautiful reading. I'm going to get you an overall daily message that we're going to use for the whole year. Why not? Okay. Take time to acknowledge the subtle changes in your spiritual evolution. Practice speaking positively about other people and events, and especially the future, and especially of your own self, my friends. Your own self. Make sure that you are speaking positive about yourself. Okay? At all times. Even, even when we don't notice that we're saying something negative, remember, words are spells. That's why we do spelling, right, of words, spells. You say, I'm poor, you're damn right you're poor. And it might not be of money, but it could be of this house or that house or this or that. You see what I'm saying? So make sure that you are keeping yourself positive and beautiful and positive as you always are. And until next time, and guess what? I will see you when? Next year. Peace and love. Bye-bye.